if you want to leave us a question, get some advice to us, don't give us a what are you nuts? They're not great. Go to speakpipe.com/good guys. Keep it brief. Brevity is key. Let's hear from Anonymous.
Hi, good guys. Love the show. A Jewish Canadian calling in all the way from the Great White North. My beautiful Goyish husband and I really disagree on this topic, and it got me thinking because you guys were talking about last week how if you have friends over for a meal, you do not want to be charged a single thing. I totally agree. But where we disagree is if you're having friends over to your country house, as we know in our beautiful community, a lot of people like to escape the cities on the weekends, be it the Hamptons, or in our case, the Muskokas or the Eastern Townships. So if we're having friends over for the weekend, do we provide all the food and our guests are expected to neither pay nor provide any of the food? Or do they just bring the booze and we do all the food? And as we know, food can be up to hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a long weekend, whereas you bring a couple good bottles of wine and a couple of brewskis, you're in for about $100 to $150. Let me know your thoughts. Love you both dearly. Bye.
First of
Love
all,
you.
Do we think this wonderful, amazing listeners of ours is in the Hoffman family? She sounds like a sibling of Robbie Hoffman. And,
she did a little. She did.
And as we know, the great Robbie Hoffman, who's absolutely crushing it right now and is so deserved. And by the way, I feel like we were fans of hers before she got hot.
Totally. Maybe we catapulted her career.
You're welcome. I as we know, many of her lovely sisters, because she's one of 10, live in Canada. Just, I don't know. It made me really excited. Maybe it was her sister Yehudis.
It's possible. It's totally possible, Josh. What I will say is don't entertain if you're cheap.
I'm going to fight you hard on this. So
you can't fight me hard on it. If you go out to a dinner, if you want to split a meal, go out to dinner. If somebody's coming to my house
for a
you
weekend,
can't charge them. You can't charge them, Josh. For
it's not
food.
about charging them. What is the expectation if you're going to come over to someone's house and completely bring nothing? You're bringing nothing.
Well, you shouldn't. You should be a good guest, but you can't expect it. You should be coming to my house and you should be bringing whatever you felt was appropriate, a bottle of wine, a bottle of this or that, etc. If you want to be very proactive and say, hey, I'm going to order us in dinner tonight. What do you want? No problem. If you want to bring a rack of ribs because you want us to cook it, no problem. But if you're invited to my house for the weekend, the bare minimum is that I feed you in the house. That's my opinion.
I agree with you that there is an expectation of you to feed them. But let me just say, if you go to someone's house for a weekend and you're not offering up, not only do you not bring, you need to bring a gift and offer to pay for at least one meal, you're a schnorrer.
Of course.
You're a schnorrer. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Of course. But as a host, you need to be comfortable with getting nothing. That's all.
Sure.
But I completely agree with you that if you are showing up to somebody's house for the weekend and offering nothing, you're a very bad guest. And you probably won't be invited again.
And it's above and beyond. Like, you need to factor in these things where it's like, okay, it's the weekend. How much are they going to spend on food? Like 500,
totally.
Depending how many people, 500 to $1,000 for the weekend of food and alcohol. Like
1,000%.
So you should be saying, like, how can I offset a third of that cost or half?
Correct. All that I'm saying is that the host cannot demand it. Like, that's tacky, in my opinion.
You're right.
But be a good guest. Offer.
And 100%.
And by the way, as the host, you can accept it. You don't have to be like holier than thou. No, it's fine. It's fine. If they offer, they probably mean it. You can accept the offer.
And there's ways in which to do it efficiently and elegantly. Order Goldbelly a week before and have a beautiful bagel and spread come for Saturday morning, Sunday morning, with Nova and cream cheese, the whole thing. They'll be talking about you to their friends. You know what the Soffers did? You know what they had sent to my home? I thought it was an Amazon package, but it reeked. Turns out.
I thought it was Amazon. I left it out for a month. And now I have cats. I have a cat problem.
Next one's from Alicia.
Hi, good guys. I just had a question. It may be a little TMI, but I wondered what you guys think of when guys do the one pump chump. Because I was talking to this guy, it was like around 3 months. And then I feel like toward the end, so we were kind of like a situationship, I guess you'd call it. But obviously I had feelings for him. And I feel like I thought he had feelings for me too. It was going well. And then I feel like toward the end of us hooking up, it was 2 times. I feel like, let's just say it was one pump. And that's why I call it the one pump chump. So I just wonder,
what are you talking
your
about?
guys' perspective? Do guys like get so embarrassed that, they just want to end it and kind of, he didn't tell me really why. I feel like he just kind of ghosted when I told him I had feelings. So I just wondered if it was because of that. Because I feel like it was going well until that happened. So I just wondered.
Is this
Love you
English?
guys.
Is this English?
It sounds like she was dating a guy. They hooked up twice. He completed way too quickly and was so embarrassed that he called things off.
Got it. One pump chump is the term
That she used. Yes.
I've never heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
Never. Okay. All right. So what's her question? Like, if she's calling him a one pump chump, obviously she embarrassed him, and that's why he left. Like, he's embarrassed. You just called him a one. You made up a gross term.
I think she's hurt because she told him, despite that, she told him that she had feelings and wanted to keep seeing him, and he ghosted her. So she's calling him that to us.
Did she say, like, despite you being a one pump chump, I still love you?
I don't think so.
But despite you being a loser, I still want to be with you. Ghosting's never nice. I'll say that. You should always tie a ribbon and say your piece. But
speak more to the one pump from a male's perspective. Like, would you be embarrassed? How would you handle it?
I have no idea, honestly. Like, I think that it would be the highest form of flattery. Right? Like, I don't know why it would be embarrassing. It's embarrassing to, like, think she's so beautiful. Like, what is it? Or, like, I don't know, like, is there any other reason why you would be so quick? No. Unless, like, you're not doing any handiwork. Mom, turn this off!
You're just beta as fuck, I guess? No, I'm kidding.
You could be, but, like
guys like Josh G and I just can't relate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we're 10 pump jumps.
Yeah, minimum.
Min 10, bro. What do you think?
Here's my thoughts on this from when I was out there dating and absolutely painting the town red. This is my thought. Hooking up with someone for the first time is always it's going to be awkward and new, and it's never going to be like the 20th time you do it and you get into a great groove and it's just like fun and you know each other and you're more comfortable. And from the male's perspective, I can only speak to my own, like, there is performance anxiety, right? And so I think part of the reason why I had more successful endeavors was because I made my peace with the idea, like, this first time, like, it's either going to be too quick, too long, too awkward, or like, there's something going to be not right about this. But here's the good news. I'm going to be ready to do it again in like 20 minutes. So let's just not judge this, have fun. Everyone's going to, we're getting to know each other. This is going to be hopefully, a great learning experience about what are each other's needs, what we like, what we maybe like less, and just kind of like, we're going to get to know each other through this experience, and we can't know each other right away perfectly. And that's why, knock wood, I haven't had a lot of these experiences, because I learned early on that, like, if I'm going to be judged on this first attempt, I lose.
God, good time, Josh. Excuse me, all aboard.
Dude.
I know we just went, but ready to go again.
Yeah, dude. I'd be like, and that's
Fantastic.
what I'm like, I can't knock your socks off this first time, but what I can give you that the rest might not be able to is a quick recharge.
I'm ready. I'm ready, Freddie.
Yeah.
Ready, Freddie.
I think
Love
also
it.
like when this happens, there's like the guy and the girl both have a really unique opportunity. One for the guy, excuse me, to say something cool or say something funny that's not gonna make it weird.
Yes.
And then for the girl to respond with something cool or something funny that I think speaks more to her of like how she's able to handle the situation to just like make it a thing. So like for him, I don't know if like he tried to say something and she made it weird and he was just like, all right, yeah, fuck this is bad. Or like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Versus if she like said something funny or cute or whatever and it was just like, oh, all right, she's actually like really cool. I'll be back. We'll try this again.
For sure, she probably called him a one-pump chump, and he left. It's easy. Like, if you're willing to tell us that over a speak pipe, like I think she must have jokingly said, "Oh, you're a one-pump chump," and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm out.
Yeah.
Did you make that up?
I'm gonna leave right now. How about that? One pump chump. Oh man. Yeah, I'm trying to think of if like there were any. Yeah, I mean, inevitably when you hook up with people and if you go through a time where you're like kind of hooking up with a couple different people, it's I think you learn a lot. You learn a lot about intimacy and making people. There is nothing like feeling comfortable with another person and being able, because we walk around so uptight. And then we take our clothes off, which is like the scariest thing you can do in front of another person, and just hope that they don't laugh or hope that they don't go like, what is that scar? Why do you have that skin there? What's going on there? And like when someone just totally takes you in and goes like, yeah, dude, I'm in. This is awesome. You go like, oh, thank God.
Totally.
Right.
And by the way, if somebody takes off their shirt and you say, "What is that scar?" Please don't. They'll tell you what the scar is when they want to. Okay. Yeah. You don't need to ask. Don't nitpick somebody's body ever, unless it's us and like we're joking about fatties.
Fair. Totally fair. This next one's from Anonymous.
Hi, Josh and Ben. Oh, wow, you guys really do mean brevity is key because this can only be 90 seconds. Okay, well, first I just wanted to start off and say that I'm a Gen Z and not Jewish, so I know that's going to be a shocker for both of you. But my question is, because you guys answered a couple episodes back, this girl's question, what credit card should she get, which I loved. So my question is, what are your guys' thoughts on
Credit
prenups? Like initial thoughts, because they can kind of be like a touchy subject. Like, is it something to take offensively? Like, I don't know. Like, my parents have been married for 20 years. Like, they've known each other since they were little. So they like obviously don't have a prenup or anything, so like their views are like very different on them. But I'm also just a little bit confused by it because I'm just younger, so like none of my friends have any assets or anything. Like anything that they have is like their families. And so is there like different types of prenups? Because like I don't want to take anything from my partner's family, like, but I do think that like what he makes and I make, like I would like to share that, but like I don't want to take anything from his family or anything that his family has given him or like anything that my family's given me. Like, can that be separated? I don't know. Like that just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you get married to someone and then all of a sudden have everything like accessible to you that like is their families? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, okay. Bye. Thank you.
Was she saying, first of all, you sound lovely and rich. Was she saying prenup?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet girl. It's prenup, like nuptials with a P. It's not prenub, like I don't even know what that would be. But yes, you can get a prenup is just a legal document pertaining to the financials of a husband and a wife. You can come up with you can pay a lawyer any amount of money, right, Josh, to come up with anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't want to have a formal prenup, but you want to just make sure that you and your husband's rubies from family estates are protected, you can do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that anybody would ever take offense to protecting family. At least I wouldn't. Protecting family assets. Josh?
I think that, sorry, I was trying to look up some prenup statistics, but I have heard some recently, something to the effect of like how if you have a prenup, you're actually way more likely to stay together than people who don't.
Sure. Interesting.
There could be nothing less sexy and romantic about a prenup, but it is incredibly grown up. And you're basically like facing the worst case scenario from Jump Street and getting like very clear. It's also revealing of what you're, because it's not until your feet are to the fire that you would see someone and what they like really care about. So if the person you're so obsessed with is like, I love you so much, I don't need a thing except everything, you'd be like, huh, okay, good to know. So my experience was I support my mom. And so when Paige and I were getting married, I just had to make sure that my mom was taken care of, because I knew that if one day we got divorced, I could sleep on a couch, but my 80-year-old mother could not. So and Paige knew this. Like, I had one meeting with a lawyer once who basically said, anything you made before the marriage is yours, and that could protect your mom, and everything you make going forward would be, shared community property per California law between you and your wife. I'm like, 50-50, me and my wife. She's like, yep. I said, beautiful, done. Like, so I didn't get one because I knew that I had a little bit of scratch saved that could go to my mom in the God forbids, and anything going forward should be 50-50 between my wife and I. So, So yeah, but I think, the thing with prenups though, which she should know is that, if you do it the right way or the only way, both the husband and the wife need separate lawyers. They both need to be represented because they both need to have someone looking out for their interest in the negotiation and what they inevitably sign, because you wouldn't want one partner to be like, well, we shared a lawyer and they kind of push me in a way.
Yeah, you can't share a lawyer. We also don't have one. We met too young.
Right.
Like, I think that this is typically, it's interesting. She's talking, that's why I said she must be very wealthy, because she's Gen Z and talking only about
family,
each other's family money. Right? So to me, I never understood why family money would be considered communal property. That doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, that should just be rewritten. That if you, Josh, or Paige has a trust fund that was given to her at birth by her great grandfather, that all of a sudden, because she married you 30 years later, that you're entitled to half of that is weird to me. I don't know if I'm unique in that, but that's strange.
No,
to me.
You're right.
Otherwise, whatever you make together, you're a unit. Like, maybe that's just the New York state law and the California state law talking, but 50-50, you're a unit. Otherwise, don't get married. It's very easy. You don't have to get married. You don't have to be a unit.
But if you do get married and you don't have a prenup, stick around for 10 years and then you get alimony for life if you ever break up.
Party!
Let's go. Gimme. And then never remarry, because then you lose the alimony. So don't be an idiot.